Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. And first off, I wanted to say thank you guys so much for your recent support. Obviously we had some big videos in the last few weeks and I really appreciate that. Getting so much support from you guys, just seeing you guys all in the comments. And my biggest thing with especially making videos is just seeing you guys in the comments and being able to talk to you guys about whatever's going on. And that kind of stuff. Like the interactivity for me is the biggest thing about, making videos for myself. Like as much as I like talking about the different sets and opening the stuff up, because obviously it's a lot of fun, but being able to share that experience with you guys and talking with you guys about that stuff is what means a lot to me. So really thank you guys so much for all the recent support on that. And don't worry, we will have more, pack openings and stuff coming up soon. But in the meantime, we're going to deviate to something I really haven't done before, and that's opening up just Pokemon product. Now, this was something that kind of caught my eye when I was first looking at the Japanese Pokemon Center, and that is the Ovaltique collection, where you get these 6 little figures in their eggs, and I think it looks absolutely awesome. And at first, I really didn't think that this was going to be a thing that I was going to care about too much, but then, when I saw this, it kind of reminded me of just seeing other people do these kinds of openings of different, Pokemon product like this, and went down a bit of a rabbit hole. So we do have a couple of others coming, but this was the newest one on the market. And so I wanted to show this off today. And of course, in this box especially, you do get all of them. There's even a little sticker that says this label confirms a complete set. So we do get all of them. But yeah, there's some really awesome ones you can see here. Like I love the Pikachu, the Dragonite, the Mew down here. Like they are all awesome. So we're going to go ahead and open these and show them off. Now I would like to do something that kind of comes from like lower from behind, but if I can get something like that set up, I'll probably do that for the next one. But in the meantime, I'm just doing the usual top-down setup. And yeah, like I said, it is a new kind of thing, but hopefully you guys do enjoy. But like I said, don't worry, we will have more pack openings. I just wanted to deviate a little bit for something else that I enjoy with Pokemon. So it looks like all the boxes look the same though, so you do have obviously your, ones on the side showing you which ones you can get. So all of that kind of information on there, and then on the top you have the Brozerabe. So obviously this does not mean we're going to get Mew, but again, this whole box that I got will confirm the entire set, so it'll be random to see what we get out of here. So let's go ahead and crack this open and see what we got in here. I will say as well, like one of these, or looking at these boxes kind of reminded me of Max Mofo, who actually did a lot of videos of stuff like this, and that's kind of where I got the inspiration from as well, because I did love a lot of the stuff that, I'd see him open, and so I was like, you know what, I wanted to go ahead and give a crack at it, because I think it'd be nice to have as part of a collection, but also just, I think these are cool things overall to show off, and maybe you guys would be interested. So it looks like they come in little pieces, so you have to assemble the egg there, and they give you your little instructions on how to do so. Oh, it looks like they actually have ones for different ones. So you can see it's like Pikachu, Gardevoir, Dragonite. Like, yeah, so for each one, there's a little bit of a different assembly to it. But with the purple one here, I believe we have kind of buried in there is Mimikyu. So let's go ahead and put that together. So yeah, now we got all of the pieces here that I'll have to put together. But first off, I do want to show off the Pokemon individually, but the Mimikyu looks actually really cool. I think these are just like really well made, and I believe Remit just makes really good products if I'm not, mistaken on what I've heard before. So obviously from what I'm seeing as well. So, but it's certainly interesting. I mean, I always like this kind of stuff, like putting stuff together and building it, Legos and everything like that. So, all right, there we go. Trying to, again, figure it out here. So just want to make it look good though. Yeah, and I'm over here like just missing some like aspects of it, and I'm even looking at the directions, but then I'm just overlooking them kind of quickly. Like there's a little notch on the inside under here that's supposed to line up with, so that the other side lines up, and then they just click in seamlessly like that. So, but then last but not least, we just got to put on the top here. All right, and then we got the top on, and there we go. So it's a little rough just because of obviously of how I'm gonna have to hold it for it, because the top doesn't really lock in. It just kind of rests on there. Same thing with the top. Like you can see how easy it is to fall off. So yeah, I mean, I guess if you really wanted to, you could figure out another way to secure it, but you could see how the top kind of comes off. But yeah, no, I think it's still like a really cool figure overall. And I think, again, if you are interested in getting one of these, yeah, I would certainly look into it though, because I think this is a really cool figure, and I'm curious to see how the other ones are going to be. But yeah, for the first one being Mimikyu is pretty cool, and I think I don't even have a shelf yet, but I do want to try to make something, because I have my shelf on my desktop here that I can kind of put some stuff on, and right now I have my Dragonite and Garchomp figure, so might make some room for these guys. I think that would be kind of nice. I have a few deck boxes I could probably move around, but it is still a pretty cool figure, so very nice one here, and then maybe this will kind of make you guys consider getting some of these, who knows. But yeah, let's go on to the next one then. All right, and let's go for number 2, see what we can get in this one. Again, I really like all of these, so I'm like not necessarily being like, ooh, I really hope we can get the one in here next Charizard, whatever the case is. I mean, again, we're gonna see all of them anyways, but I think it would just be nice to see. Ooh, is this gonna be Mew? I actually really like this already. Ooh, no. Yeah, this one is very interesting. It almost looks like it's been pre-constructed, or at least, I don't know, it seems really interesting. So I'm very curious to see how it's gonna come together and how it's gonna look. So we shall see, but let's go ahead and open this up and get this put together. Oh no, they're like encased in here. Oh, I think because this piece, almost thought I broke it, but it looks like this piece has these little like pegs that kind of close it together like that. So that's kind of interesting. So first off, I want to show off the Mew, which looks absolutely adorable, kicking its leg up and having its tail over its head. Very, very cute. And then they give the illusion of, Mew floating with the plastic rod there, which sits on a pretty nice stand like this. So I think this looks really, really cool, actually. This might be one of my favorites. The other ones do look really cool, but I don't know, Mew is what caught my attention on wanting to get these especially. So yeah, it's certainly a pretty design overall. And then this looks like it just, kind of clamps, and then it has the little clamp at the top. Although a little unfortunate, it does seem to be like a little loose at the bottom here. So I don't know. I mean, you could always maybe, clamp it down or something, or glue it, I suppose, because I don't know why you'd be wanting to take this apart anyway. But the last part looks like it just sits like that, and then there we go. And again, this one is probably one of my favorites. Like I said, my only thing is with these, so you could see it on the side already, like they're really not meant to be, I mean, I don't know. I guess I think the quality in general is good, but a couple of these things I wish they would have something like, right at the top, you have the little, holes for it to clamp together. Like they kind of did it on the Mimikyu one at the bottom too. So it was just the top that didn't really stick in or anything like that. So I guess you could make your own little adjustments on that kind of thing, because yeah, I definitely don't plan to take this apart or anything like that. So it is really cool though. Again, I think it's a really cool idea, and if you are interested in these, like I said, I would recommend it, especially if they are just going to sit on, your desk or something like that. Obviously, you want to be careful of it if that's going to be the case, if you don't stick it on a shelf separate from everything else. But in general, I still think it's a really cool, product. So I would recommend it if you're interested. But yeah, we're just going to continue to move on and see how the rest of these stack up. And like I said, with this being my first kind of, unboxing, I guess, like this, I'm going to hopefully, try to figure these things out as I move along. Same with pack openings, it took me a little bit to get used to it, and I'm still learning. So, I also did actually forget to put this little thing on the top, it looks like, because all of them have that. So this one is sitting on top, and now we have the completed version of the Mew there. So yeah, still very nice though. But let's see what we have in here. Ooh, I think this is the Roserade in here, which also, by the way, I thought it was kind of interesting. Like I looked at the box, and obviously Pikachu has its own name. Gardevoir is Cernite, Dragonite is Kiryu. Hopefully I'm not mispronouncing that. But then, yeah, you have Roserade, Mimikyu, and Mew as their same name. So yeah, not all the Japanese names are obviously going to have all their own, different variations on it, but I just thought it was interesting. But yeah, anyways, we have Roserade, so let's go ahead and put this one together. This one looks really, really pretty. All right, and then our Roserade here looks like it's also going to be kind of floating a little bit. But again, these look very, very well made, so this is a pretty good one. And it's sitting on a nice little like grass bed as well, so I think that's kind of cool. But even the whole just shell looks really, really cool. I am actually excited as well because the next few that we're getting, or the next couple I should say that I'm getting personally, I think one of them is an individual figure-based one. I forget. I know one of them I'm getting is kind of like a whole set that kind of goes together. It's like a whole it's parts of like a whole scene, and so it looks really cool because these are all their own little individual figures, but I do really like the ones that you can kind of put together as a whole scene, and I think it looks really cool, and I'm really excited for that one, so it'll be interesting. This one though, it does look like it's the same thing as the Mew, so you have the little like peg at the top there, and then it kind of just clamps around at the bottom. All right, and we got that one together, and this one seems to be a little more seamless, and I think only because this part of the shell kind of like overlaps on here, so it's a bit of a more snug fit. So again, maybe that's not for all of them that that's the case how it was with the Mew, that it could just be it's not going to always be a snug fit there. And then Roserade seems to be a little flimsy in there on the back little rod kind of adjusted. You can kind of see it move a little bit, but yeah. And then the last thing, of course, putting this right on top, and there we go. I like the colors on this one a lot, that's for sure. I think it looks really, really cool. I think having all of these up are going to be pretty awesome. Like you've got the, flower petals and everything, and it looks really, really pretty and elegantly made. I genuinely feel that way. Like I said, my only little thing with it is just with some of them, the assembly of how it's not just completely tight together, but otherwise that's just a minor inconvenience. Otherwise, these look really, really awesome. And I don't know if Roserade's necessarily a fan favorite, but I am curious, what other Pokemon would you guys have picked for these kinds of things? Because I'd be very curious to see like what different things they could come with. When I was looking on the Pokemon Center actually as well, there was a collection, because I started looking at all the box sets and stuff, like what other collections do they have? And one of them said like it was whatever collection 2, and I was like, wait, did they make a second one of these? So I'd be curious if they had the first one, like this one, I think it is the first one, there wasn't a 2 for it, but if they would make a second one, like what Pokemon would they choose for it? So I'm very curious, and like I said, I may look into some of those a bit more, especially some of those like scene-based ones, but this one looks like we got Dragonite. So funny thing actually, first of all, here is the Dragonite looking cool as ever, but the little rod that sticks out of him, it actually like fell out because I guess it was so loose that it fell out and I couldn't find it, and I felt it hit my leg and I was like, wait, was that the rod for Dragonite? And I was like, oh no, if I lost that, that's gonna suck. But we found it, so we are all good. Putting him on his nice little pedestal there, he looks absolutely awesome. And now we just got to form the shell around him. And again, little, pegs at the top, clamps around at the bottom. I think I prefer this a little more than the Mimikyu a little bit. But yeah, no, I think this looks really, really cool. So let's see. Okay, there we go. I just had it on backwards, I guess. Oh no, Dragonite's floating away. Or he's turning away, rather. Yeah, like he's so loose on that little plastic rod, which is kind of unfortunate. And because he's a bit of a big boy, no shame in that. Kind of keeps spinning away there. But yeah, no, we got it. Looks like it was the reverse of what I was looking at. Sometimes it's best to have the, instructions, but again, looks great. I love the color combination there. Oh no. But if I had it sitting, I think it'll be perfectly fine. So I don't know, maybe I'll secure these personally. We'll see, but I think it looks really cool. And yeah, that is figure number 4. Okay, and we still have 2 left. We have Pikachu and Gardevoir. So let's see what we got left. Right now, I gotta say my favorite, I don't know, I really do like the Roserade. Like I'm not a Roserade fan, and I'm curious like if Roserade is like a popular Pokemon or is just a good choice for this kind of thing, but I don't know, I do like the Roserade a lot, so that's just me. We'll see how the rest of these turn out with these last 2, with Gardevoir coming up first. All right, and here we have Gardevoir, ladies and gentlemen. Figure looks absolutely amazing, and it looks like what's going to be happening on this one, because there is no little plastic rod, is that it's just going to be sitting right on there on the flower bed. So I think that is a really awesome choice for this, and now I'm really excited. Even though I've seen the picture, I feel like the picture hasn't done it as much justice as I'm going to be able to see it. So maybe this one will be one of my favorites, so we'll see. I mean, all of these are great, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to have a favorite, but I think I'll just have them all on display, though. I think it'll be really nice to have all these going up. And again, as simple as that. So this one was thankfully much, much easier, literally just clamping the eggshell around it. It's sitting right on the flower bed, and then we have the little peg on top, and that is it. Got very nice, simple details. You got the, flowers up here, and it's just so, so elegant. I feel like that's what really makes this very, very nice. So that's kind of what puts it probably number 1 for me, I would say. I don't know, all of these are great. All of these are great. Definitely let me know which one of your favorites is. And again, I'm very curious to see what Pokemon you guys would think would be a good addition to having these kinds of things for it. Now, with that being said as well, with these, I'd be curious to see, or rather, I'd be curious to do a giveaway. I actually had to pull my phone away from that last one, so hopefully, I got it back and centered and everything. But the last one we have here is, in fact, Pikachu, and I think it's kind of fitting in the red shell, so let's just see how it looks. Oh, this one is actually a bit interesting, maybe because it's a little more fragile because of these pieces, but came with a little plastic inner, covering, so that's kind of interesting. A little bit oily for some reason. But yeah, that is definitely interesting. All right, and last but not least, Pikachu, which I don't know why when I first looked at it, I thought it was a little more like fierce, and it had like, sort of like the angrier look in its eyes, but no, apparently he's just chilling, he's happy. And with this one as well, we just actually have to stick his foot on a peg, which is interesting because, so here's the stand here, which looks really cool, but then you could see they like mark the spot where Pikachu's foot has to go. I mean, I guess it makes sense when you have a bunch of spikes protruding from a base. They're like, well, which one do I stick it in? But yeah, in any case, we will put the shell together. You got the yellow and blue lightning, which looks really, really cool on the red and gold shell. So yeah, let's go ahead and put this one together. All right, and last but not least, we have finished the Pikachu. And this one does look really cool. I think the red and gold, it just accentuates itself very well. And then, of course, you have the yellow and blue lightning around it. I think if Pikachu was looking a little fierce, I don't know how that would go. I mean, you have like Roserade on, you know, like right here you have Roserade. It looks a little fierce, like it's getting ready to fight kind of thing. And I think for Pikachu, it would have made a little sense to have that, but yeah, I don't know. The Pikachu still really cool. I would say though, I will say with the Pikachu, it was kind of the weirdest one for me just because it really didn't seem to hold itself well. That was kind of the unfortunate part. And it was just kind of, it felt I guess the loosest of them all. It really didn't seem to stick and hold itself together. And that is all of them there. And like I said, I mean, if you're going to leave them up on like a shelf or anything like that, especially where there's less chance of them getting knocked over or anything, that's great. Otherwise, I think at least the best thing you can do for some of these, especially, again, maybe I just got unlucky, I don't know. But, you know, if you can just get them to kind of secure themselves together, then great. I still think these are really cool pieces to have for sure, especially, again, if you could put them in like a glass cabinet or something like that to still show them off and keep them safe for maybe cats or something like that, you know, knocking them off. But I think these are all really beautiful pieces. And now, if you guys are interested in any of these, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway on Twitter to get one of these at random. That's just because I'm going to be buying, you know, an individual box for this. And if you guys are interested, there'll be a tweet down in the description you guys can go ahead to. Just go ahead and retweet it and you'll be entered in for the giveaway. But potentially, depending on the logistics of things, maybe if I can find like a pre-open one to know the figure and everything, and it's available, I may do that as well. So we'll just have to see when the time comes to pick a winner, how that will all go. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, it's my first video doing this kind of thing, and I've got a couple of other in the future, so definitely let me know what you guys think. But I will be doing more pack openings, don't worry. So a little bit of a deviation from my normal thing, and just to show something else that I enjoy, because that's what I want to keep this channel about, is just showing stuff off that I enjoy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as well and enjoy the content. But yeah, that is it for me. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.